Hi.
have Ellen and Michelle, and they are with Next Step.
Oh my gosh, well, welcome. Okay, tell us about Next Step.
Let me tell you, first of all, they're one of our partners. We used their facilities in one of the scenes for the movie.
Okay.
And I love what they do, and I want them to tell you more about what they do.
Okay.
So I'm going to stand on this side, but I might jump in because I'm excited. I love
I love the excitement. I can feel that. All right. Hi, ladies. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
And did you enjoy the movie?
We loved the movie.
It was really, really great.
All right. Excellent. Well, I've got to hear more about this Next Step. So tell me all about it.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, it really goes hand in glove with what we do at Next Step. We are all about empowering women to make confident and healthy life choices, particularly within an unplanned pregnancy. And what we know through over 30 years of serving women in this exact scenario, that it's not information and education as much as it is love and support and a safe place to just talk and say exactly what they're thinking, but a lot of times afraid to even say out loud. Truly, particularly within the church. So when we make it a safe place to have real human thoughts and conversations, then we can get over that hump of fear. Because if we make a decision out of fear, then everything stays right there. But if we can talk through the fear, that's where really exciting things start.
I love that. Talk through the fear. That's excellent. So I love that you're just working for women who, maybe they don't have the family to support, or maybe they just don't know what to do. So I want you to talk to that woman. I want you to talk to that woman that may be watching this and thinking, well, how do I get in touch? Or even like, how do I handle this? And maybe hers wasn't planned and she's just at a point where I don't know what to do. As we were talking about the movie, it was like, okay, what do you do afterwards? What is the next step? So it just kind of works perfectly that you're here. So let's talk to that particular woman right now that's struggling.
Most definitely. And to be honest, that's exactly what we do. And we look at her and we tell her that it's okay to be afraid. We get it. We understand that. It's okay to not know what you want to do. And as a Christian, whether you're Christian or not, but particularly for Christians, it's okay to doubt, because it's through the asking of the question. It's through the wrestling. It's taking what is happening in your mind and not ignoring it, but instead really bringing light to it. And it's not out of just doing, right? Because if we just do it, we can white knuckle through it sometimes. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to really enjoy and completely embrace every single season of our life, regardless of how it's planned.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's exactly what we saw in the movie. But just because something happens that is not planned does not mean it can't still work out, not just for the good, but for the blessing that you could never have seen coming. But that's not where we start with our clients. We don't even talk about that at all because she's not there. She can't, she has nothing to jump up and down right now because she's afraid.
Yeah,
So we talk about that. And sure, we have services, we have pregnancy tests, we have ultrasound verifications, we have classes and support, but that's not what we lead with. We lead with a conversation. And we listen. She does the talking. We don't do the talking. She does the talking. And then we ask her a question. And we love her and we support her no matter what. And she knows that. And that's the process of when she, first of all, we're in a time in our lives right now for the past 16 years where our society is used to thinking that if I don't want to be pregnant, I can take a pill and become unpregnant. And so this generation sees it that way because that's what they've heard and grown up with. We get to introduce a space between I'm afraid to be pregnant, so I'll have an abortion. And that space comes through talking and being in a place where you can really download your fears and then get to the next step. It doesn't happen all in one conversation, right? And that's okay. That's the human part of it.
I love it. I can literally feel your passion, and I hope that everyone that's watching, that you do too, that you do have options, and there are places like Next Step where you can go, have that conversation, and then take it from there. At least know that you have something else that you can do. So, and congratulations. Is this number one for you?
This is number one for me, yeah.
So how are you feeling? Are you totally excited?
Excited, a little scared.
And you know what? Honestly, to that point, and this was a planned pregnancy, if you don't mind me saying. And so imagine, I mean, an unplanned pregnancy, you're afraid. So that's such a good point, not to hijack your great situation.
Yeah, so you understand exactly.
I actually do the development and fundraising for Next Step, but it just kind of worked out that I was also pregnant during it. You know, the emotional support that's needed in a pregnancy is just exponential in comparison to just any other situation in life. And, you know, that's just something that Next Step is able to provide for women. It's something that I loved in the movie was just the fact that, you know, both of the main characters had so much support from their family, especially towards the end. And a lot of women don't have that support. And that's where someone like Next Step, that's where we are able to provide such help for women in this situation is that support that they might not be getting from their family or their friends.
So if I'm interested in Next Step, how can I find you? Is there a website, social media? How do we get in contact with you?
We're at next-step.org. All of our services are free, completely confidential, and it's one step at a time.
Excellent. I think that's so necessary right now with just the climate of the country. So I love the work that you guys are doing. Thank you so much for coming by. Yeah, thank you.